All right, Konnichiwa, top of the morning to everyone. A favorite creature here, and I'm coming off the line, of course, before the game because I do want to get my presser off and just speak a little bit more about the situation because I do want to speak more about the presser that the head coach had, as well as Derek Carr with a news conference, as well as the recent and latest transactions with Damon Arnette. So without further ado, I'm just going to jump straight into it. First, I want to speak about the head coach who carries himself so well. And even when I watch him during the press conference, I appreciate him being able to speak, get what he need off, quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I love the way he continues to steer the conference. Anything that he may not want to speak about, don't have to speak about, he is not going to speak about. And he's going to keep it um, above a buck. And make sure you fall in line with that as well. So I appreciate that. You can't get too much past him, and he's not gonna let you wiggle anything in, for the most part. Of course, he opens his presser up with a condolence to the family, as well as expressing his love for his love for rugs and their loss. And yeah, which I appreciate because, like I said, I'm gonna put in my description in the link so that you'll be able to, if you have not, got your way to wait up, you'll be able to click on the link description below so you can catch the video because I think it's very important to actually pay attention to that. He handles himself very well, which also brings me to someone else who actually carried and handled himself in the opposite. When you listen to the way the head coach speaks and he gets on about the situation, and if you want to know more, he pretty much say that's not what we're here for. We are here to, you know, recognize the situation that we're in and to grind forward with it and how we're going to grind forward and the best way to grind forward with, all due respects to all situations, all families. And I love that. So moving on down the line when we come down to Carr. Carr did a news conference, and of course, it was this is on the third, and of course, it was due to Ruggs' accident, and and I noticed during these three pressers that they had, which was on the third, the fourth, and the fifth, that they all learned as if this is all that was taught to them. Like they had a life coach come in after this tragic accident and told them to compartmentalize everything because each one of them came out and said this shit. And Mr. Olsen, you abused the shit, okay? You abused compartmentalize. Your president did compartmentalize. Yeah, compartmentalize. I compartmentalize that. Okay, I was just looking like, okay, set that aside. Okay, we already know you did that. Could you speak about the grind? Could you speak about anything else? That was that. So Ruggs said it. Did the head coach say it? Man, he may have said it one time. Olsen said it, I don't know how many times. That's why I say he abused the shit out of that word. Then we come down to Derek Carr, which I really want to speak on, and I really want to be fast about it because the game is going to start in about an hour and 5 minutes. So, he opens up and he speaks about Ruggs and being able to compartmentalize the situation, which is not true. Now, if you want to exercise somebody that used that, that use that word, actually exercise that word, will be the head coach. You, my sir, did not exercise or use that word right. Now, when it comes to the situation, the way you spoke up on it, I felt like, yeah, you did sound like you was disappointed, not just in him, the situation, but just like you were saying, everybody was being, or he was being selfish. I feel like you are being very selfish. In every situation, we do have these situations where people do tend to do these things, whether they're young or old or whatever. If you felt this way, you should not wait. You should not have waited with how many kids you have, 3 or 4, and I'm not getting on your parenting, but you should not wait until something hits home or be as close as home, and you do not use somebody that you work with, a friend or a family, as an example when there are too many examples in the world. Prior to this hitting home, You should have told your children about this. You should have taught all your kids about this. And then you bring it to the presser and act like this is the most disappointing thing. Like, he's so selfish, and do you want to name everybody that's selfless? And I'm just looking like, listen to you. Listen to you. You sound, just because you have a mic in front of you and a platform, you're being very selfish, and you're not even looking out, because if this is somebody that you respect, even though somebody is lost, because a life was lost, but now you're gonna lose a person that is still here but hasn't lost their life. I'm gonna say, in certain situations, when people start turning on you, you don't feel comfortable to keep on moving up. You don't feel comfortable to get about your situation. It kind of, some people are a little bit weaker like that, but they tend to go down, or to veer towards people that's not as what you would look for or deem credible, or whatever the case may be. So you also play a part in somebody's life and whatever unfolds after that. So maybe you should have looked at yourself and used yourself as an example of looking at somebody and being an example to be able to point the finger and look at. You know what I mean? That right there, you disappointed me. Just like the same look that you, just to know that you are over teams and you talking about nobody cares about you. I made a video. I don't care about you like that. Like, not like that. I'm not going to be disrespectful. I don't care about you. I'm just saying, I care about the team. I care about what you guys go through. I made a video speaking about how much, the world to me, and it's just a given. And what I look at is more so about, all around, not just on the field, inside, outside, or whatever the case may be, to have you guys acting out on the field when shit comes and shows like that. So, pump your brakes, okay? This was the wrong time. You disappointed me, and I hope that other fans can see what type of person that you are starting to be. Now, I know Gruden showed you the ropes on how to be this cutthroat type person, not caring. But now I see that since they got Gruden out the way, and how you speak about even the head coach, how the head coach, oh yeah, he just do it, and I just, okay, good. You act as if now you are in full control. I don't care about that. But your attitude and how you come out and you express, yeah, a person can be hurt and disappointed by the situation, but you, my son, to me, is throwing the man completely under the bus. That means if you are not willing to say, hey, look at the situation, I'm sorry for that, just like the head coach, come out and speak like that and then move on. You, my son, to me, your whole person was just like throwing him under the bus, acting like you just so disrespect, just so like disappointed in him for the simple fact that he drank and drove fast. First of all, just because you were not caught, just because it did not end up in you not making it home, or just because it did not end in a situation for you, you cannot say that you never done it. You never drank something and drove probably past the limit, the speed limit. Please not act like you have never been there. Just because you was able to make it home and nobody got hurt does not make it okay. Remember that. While you're over here trying to pass judgment, why don't you teach your kids? This is also an example of what you're going to have to teach your kids. This is an example of somebody closest to you, under you, somebody that you work with, and now how you look at that. He's also a man. He's also a human. Fuck that he's a man. He's also a human. We all deal with emotions. We all go through things, and we all try to see what we cannot do, what we can get in, cannot get in. So it's just a point that you respecting the situation. Do unto others as you want done unto you, even though we all be in situations where like, oh my God, is this? He's young, you're young, and you acting like it's something that you will never do. And you shouldn't say that, because you don't know what if you get bigger in your career and something like this occur? Even though you're not going to want somebody to be like, and everybody's old enough not to know not to drink, but everybody drinks. So that right there within itself, I ain't gonna say nigga, but you can't say that you don't drink, I don't indulge. So you tell me you never got behind the wheel, you never drove a little faster to get yourself home a little fast. Stop it. It's just a point to keep all things in mind. And the way, sir, you spoke upon it I felt like was very low. And you just left room for everybody to just, swoop in or just do what they want and can. Then you get to praising other people and stuff like that. I felt like that was very disrespectful. And as a leader, you didn't show much leadership. So you, my friend, you can get kicked to the curb any day. I'm glad that y'all still have Nathan Peterman. Hopefully y'all step him up. Like, I mean, shit, it ain't no different from what so many years with Carr on the field getting his practice. Come on now, y'all really making me sick about this. All these people that the NFL be having their little bunnies and letting they little get the little way with. It's crazy. At least Tom Brady probably didn't have this much, shit. All his shit was like, fooling people in the eyes, getting away with balls and shit like that. But this man, come on, now, you can't be doing the lives around you like this. You need to lead in a better example. I mean, if it came down to it, that's just like you still getting your check. They're not gonna boot you off the team if you keep it above the situation that you want. But you want somebody to be looking at you like how this. If the head coach and everybody else is speaking like, okay, this is a situation we must get past this. This is a tragedy, even within, because it also from our players, traveling on to the outside and becoming a liquor accident fatal, all a problem. Say that, get on. But no, you want to dig it. What I felt like was a dig. Then you act like everybody else is. Everybody else on the team is acting just so selfless, and he was the only one acting selfish because of the situation that everybody's in. Yes, we are doing better in our stats, but at the same time, that doesn't stop anybody when they celebrate. That doesn't all human. You just keep in mind. And I felt like it was very wrong. And you, my friend, you shouldn't wait it until this time to teach your kids about anything like this. This happens every day in the world. And just like you feel for that family, you should feel for any family, anybody, in any situation. So you acting like, oh, my kids, and we just do this with my kids, and I got to teach my kids. I got to tell my kids. You should have taught and told your kids prior to this happening so close to home. Period. It happens every day in the world. Period. In the same way you can look at that family that lost their life, same way you can look at Ruggs that's ending up in his situation. Everybody. Because the stuff you will see it happening outside the world, but you shouldn't be ready to speak on it and do something about it do it before it hits home. Period. And you shouldn't do your kids like that. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. But you know what? I'm going to move on. Because I did want to speak about Damon Arnette, which I felt like another thing that they also throwing under the bus. I'm really starting to put two and two together. Or maybe more than that. Because if we see, it's only a couple people, everybody is not on board with that Gruden stuff as far as like where it landed him. Everybody's not on board. Everybody wants to see and see more into it, but because they shut it down for whatever, they shut it down where it was. Now you see that we did not see none of that Gruden text, but I was on Instagram and I do believe I seen some messages that Damon Arnette text what is supposed to be homophobic, that is going to put him supposed to be having him plus that have him out on an injury list now. But I'm looking like that doesn't make any sense because if you read the messages, it's like talking in any conversation. Every word wasn't fag. I think it was more like, what do you want? What are you looking for? Are you gay? What the fuck you want? Why are you on me? Like, nigga, if it ain't me, like, what the fuck you want? It's a normal conversation. That's how I talk to bitches too. If it was in, just on me like that, I would have to ask, are they gay? Like, what the fuck? I mean, because, I ain't gonna say normal straight people because I don't know what, nowadays, I don't know what the fuck normal. I know what normal is in my life, but stepping outside the door, I don't know what normal is. So, with all that, I was just looking like with that message, y'all really just starting to really kill it and cut it up a notch. It is something wrong. As you can see, not too many players came out and spoke about it. It was just I'm gonna say Carr for the most part because everybody else just had to adjust. But like I said, I do believe this situation arise and is dealing with Carr. It arise from him having issues with Carr, and that's why they had to basically just go and find some dirt on Gruden. So that's why it is. That's why this man is speaking like this, and that's why when it comes down to even the rug situation, I'm just like everybody was getting their foot in, dealing and loving and all of this shit with Gruden because I felt like Gruden was given how he got there, yes, fucked up, but he was growing. And I think that he was starting to appreciate the same way that every other coach or everybody in that position start looking at the NFL, what position that they're given, what they can and cannot do, you know, how they're treated, all of this other stuff when you're on the other side, when you're not under them, when you're face to face with them, you know what I mean? It's like that. And I think Gruden was starting to grow and appreciate what he was going through because he was about to see it, he was about to feel it. They just nipped that shit in the butt because they got him there. Now he got him there. Now this nigga's acting out. Look at it for what you want. I am just delivering what I see and partially what I know. Okay, now, and that's for sure. I'm gonna always put my shit in. So just like I give off, because I can see some stuff that you guys don't ever pay attention to, but it's good to know and realize in the midst when someone's speaking, because we always overlook something or just think like, okay, conversation is that, but you gotta really pay attention to the way the man is speaking. When he speak about being selfless, mentioning every other player is teaching his kids and all of this stuff, it's all a negative look on Ruggs. Which I feel like if you was teaching and learning and being like everybody else that act like they don't close their eyes to the rest of the world, why you acting like you never see what the rest of the world doing, like this is only happening within him? Come on now, you mean to tell me it's nobody in your family, nobody in your friend, nobody of your peers done anything like this? And I'm talking about before you had to shut your whole life down, before you had to make sure that it's nothing coming up to the public or in the public eye. Come on now. We're all human. We all done some things, okay? We all. I've done some things that I refuse. Not for real. No regrets. No. Oh, okay, it's 9:08. I'm about to get up off of this thing so I can get myself ready for the game. And yeah, I guess we just all need to really appreciate each other, appreciate the times, appreciate the day, because we can't act like it is not gonna happen to him. And I feel like Carr's being very selfish, calling him selfish because yeah, we all trying to get somewhere. Yeah, we all got a game to play, but yeah, because you want to go further now, you feeling like everybody else, you are totally mad at this man and calling him selfish when you're being very selfish. Everybody have a dream, but you realize you just lost a man in your team. That's also part of that dream. You don't think he feeling it? Even though he he did the thing. But I'm saying you don't think he feeling it? You don't think that just like you have an opportunity to continue your dream, you get to replace him. There's nothing in his life that he will truly be able to replace after this. Think about it. And you call that man selfish? Think of the same way he thought that he was gonna probably drink, drive. How many people out here do it every day? And again, it's not okay, but we just thinking like getting from point A to point B. Some people may take a shot. Some people may take three. Still, do it. But a person can take a shot, not be drunk, not feel anything, and still get on the road and kill somebody, have a fatal accident. So you, my friend, need to grow. And I don't want to get negative because I just feel like, you need to start looking within. And I hope that you paid attention to that conference and seeing how very nasty you were coming off and very nasty how you were trying to be. Even though you're in the public eye, you're always trying to straighten it up. But I could see how you kept going back to him, kept using your kids, kept using other players and stuff like that. You shouldn't be using your kids, because the same example that you have with rugs, you should have already prepared your kids through that, because this is on the news every day. This is, you, my friend, need to grow as a leader, as a parent, as a teammate. And that's all I gotta say. Damn it, Arnette, you keep doing your thing, because I'm going to tell you like this. I did make a video that was on your ass, but it was a total turnaround after I was on your ass. Total turnaround. You stepped your game up, and that's like, I'm always going, I recognize it, okay? Game recognized time. But that was beautiful. You stepped it up, and anybody can tell. Like, I've seen a lot of stuff, you know, being able to judge something, if his, like the front of, okay, where his car was hit, the car, oh, and another thing, why are they trying to throw some shit under the, why are they trying to put more on it? Isn't that enough that it's an accident? Where the hell they get the gun from? Rugs? Rugs had a gun, or whatever the case may be. Okay, sorry for jumping. Getting back to Damon Arnette. Now, if y'all see those pictures, like I said when I described in my last video on just how it just was scraped, is bent up in the front, and a light is out, and then on the other side is hitting the front but slid to the side. It's almost like they say somebody tried to make a right turn, but maybe she was making a right while he was making a left. That's how you got the skate. But no, they said it was a head on. It looked like somebody was going straight while somebody was trying to make a left, because the way it was hit, it's like boom, that little light, and then the front of the car boop, and then the rest of the car scraped, almost like, you know, it tipped the front but scraped the rest of the side as it continued to go by. So I don't know. The way I'm looking at it, I'm just looking at the accident wasn't too much. And like I said, the person said that she suffered head, neck, shoulder, back injuries or something like that. Everything that I described in the last video that you can't detect, like, you know, to see if anything broken or something like that. So they always use those excuses. So that's why I was saying that shit is crazy. And them for even bringing that out, and then now since that out, they're gonna bring some more fucking text out with Damon Arnette. But I'm looking like that's just a normal ass. That's a normal ass conversation with normal ass people, and that's some real shit. Cause I done asked plenty of people, probably not on this platform, other platforms, but I know on Facebook I done had to ask plenty of people, "Are you gay?" I mean, what they do? What is it? What the fuck you want? What do you want from me? But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and more so prepare myself for this game. This game. See what we doing? Cause they did step up a little. I ain't gonna say a lot of people. I'm glad to see they stepping up my man Aikman. What it do, Marcel Aikman? So we got a lot of people. We're gonna have some people. We got a lot of support. Everybody's gonna be active. It's only a couple people on the injury list, which is Mullen and who else just Arnette. So we got Arnette, Mullen, and someone else on the injury list. Don't do that. Okay, that right there just let me know it's time to cut this video. So with that being said, everybody have a blessed day. Hope you like, share, and subscribe to this thing here. I got to blow up. I know I'm already you know. Oh, sorry. Y'all can't be around me and my chair is missing a wheel. Let me hurry up. Have a blessed day. Enjoy the game.